Hello, I'm Tokam, welcome back to the third channel video. I don't know what this channel's about, but I figured I'd talk about my time in Taiwan recently. I love my visits to Taiwan, and as you all do know, whenever I visit a brand new country, I go check out the grocery stores. I love checking out the 7-Elevens, etc., especially in Asia, and one of the things I saw marketed a lot was 3D blocks. These are also just called candy blocks of the packaging itself, but there was a lot of marketing for 3D blocks. It's a candy that you can eat. It's like Lego. In fact, I'm sure there's like a Lego copyright infringement happening here somewhere, but as you can see, this is some 3D blocks. But then I went to China, the mainland China, Shanghai, and I went to a grocery store there, and one of the things that shocked me is I didn't see 3D blocks, but what I saw instead was 4D blocks. That's right, mainland China showing who's boss once again with their superior, bigger packaging too, 4D blocks as opposed to 3D blocks. Who wants 3D blocks when you can get 4D? But no, more seriously, these are like hard candies, like they would make actual bricks. Whereas these, I don't actually even understand how this is meant to work, but they're very soft gummies. Like it's the same as, like you can poke it and your finger will go through, which is a very curious thing. So let's find out who's better at making candy. Is it Taiwan or China? This will determine the sovereignty debate once and for all, right? So yeah, let's dive straight into it with candy blocks. As you can see, it's the buildable fruits candy. And the crazy thing about this, besides the fact that it's assorted fruity flavors, is that down here, if you look closely, it says candy blocks are the most imaginable candy. What do you build next? Play hard and eat well. I mean, play hard and eat well is a good bit of advice for the world there. It's also in all English, which is interesting because the back, all Chinese. This is a Chinese language product. But yeah, the interesting thing about this is that we can make a structure. And even if I hate these things, by the way, these feel like almost like a mint level. I just shattered in my fingers. There's dust all over my desk now. But it feels almost like a mint level with sturdiness. Like I could, we can crush this against my fingers all day and it'll be mostly fine. Which means I feel like this is gonna make the more sturdy build. But would it actually stick together because it's made from candy? I feel like. Oh, and the answer is not really actually. Like it sits on top of each other. There are holes, but the holes, if you look, are actually square, and these are circular things. I guess again, probably some trademark or IP infringements for Lego happening there. But it means that you can never really settle blocks on top of one another. Like, it's sat on there and it won't go flying off, but it's also barely on there. Like, it's like having a square screw in a circular hole. Like, I mean, you're gonna either have it not fit or it's gonna fit strangely. Or to show you a better example of this, let's be like, okay, so we've got this here, and then we've got this here, and now if we put this on top, it doesn't feel like it's working. I mean, it's technically doing a job, but yeah, let's try eat this structure together now. 3 flavors at once. Let's tell you how it is. This is not a chewable candy. It tastes a little bit like the candy you get going around a bracelet. I think they're called candy bracelets. It tastes a little bit like one of those. Refreshers, maybe. Like, it's weird to eat in something that tastes a bit like chalk. Or rather has a texture like chalk, and then just tastes like wild sugar colors. Like, the flavor I would give this is genuinely colors. Like, this one tastes white to me, and it's problematic that that's what I taste when I taste that, but it's what I taste. That's just a fact. But you know what's going to be way more exciting? 4D blocks. It's like 3D blocks, but with an extra dimension. The fascinating thing about this, though, so 3D blocks, honestly, buy them to make things out of them, and then feed them to your kids or your dog or whatever. Don't eat this yourself, unless you really like hard candy that just tastes like generic sugar. If that's what you like, you'll like this. But if it's not what you like, you might like this instead. So yeah, this is interesting because 4D blocks, this is in mainland China, where English is a rarity, like even on packaged stuff. So to see 4D, it's the only thing on here that is English, but it's like, that's, or 4D and then 3D delicious, because like, I guess otherwise it's misleading marketing. It's, interesting thing here is like, it says 4D in English and then D is not a Chinese character, so it's like, so we do have some English, even in this very non-English world we live in, and they're very slimy. If you look at the back here, you can see me like push them all around. It's almost like a liquid in there, but it's a liquid made of solids that you can see through the little window over here. Let's open this up, and let's let you know how 4D fruity delicious, oh sorry, 3D, not fruity, 3D delicious things are. Okay, so the interesting thing about being made of gummy is I feel like they're not gonna slot together. Oh, this is weird. So give it a look there. It's like a gummy bear, but made from very strange. Oh, like it's such. This isn't a block. It's literally curved too much. Maybe because I squished the bag. But let's try and slot them together. Let's see how this works, and let's see if it works. In fact, so. Yeah, you can see how this one is not working. This is just too bent out of shape. But these two are both pretty square. And yeah, they've got the same problem. Like, why is it so hard to make blocks that actually fit into each other correctly? I guess these are different types of blocks. Let's remove those from the equation. Let's grab some more from the bag. So we've got a nice square here, and we've got a nice thing here. We can put this on here. Oh, wait, look at that. If you look through very carefully, you can see it actually slots into place. And it's not perfect, like, it slides off, like, because they're both slimy. But otherwise, like, it does sit there. And if we throw some green on the top, we've made a traffic light. Wait, yeah, we made a traffic light. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Let's try and make something a bit more complex, actually. So let's go ahead and let's throw some... you know, I don't know how to make more complex with gummy. Like, there's just... most of these things don't slot. Like, if you look at this... It's holes on both sides, so it doesn't really work anywhere. Like, there was clearly a molding issue of this one. I don't even... I mean, something quality control, something Chinese goods, right? But, yeah, the interesting thing about this is probably going to be the fact that it's just gummies that look like bricks. So let's shove them together, let's make a traffic light again, and let's give it a try. So, surprisingly sweet. Surprisingly sweet. I'm gonna have one by itself, actually. Just a green one here. Yeah, the sweetness catches you off guard. Maybe China is really sweet, maybe not. But I was assuming it's gonna taste kind of knockoff, like sawdust or something. Not sawdust, but like... I assumed it was gonna have a very weak flavor. You know, the bare minimum, whatever. But these are actually pretty good. There's a real problem that they don't do what they say they are. Like, I don't understand who is buying these, because if you're slotting them together, buy some Lego. Like, you know, like, who's having fun slotting this together? It's, especially in a hot day, this is gonna melt in your hands. This is already rubbing off on me a little bit. So I don't understand in China, where it gets, you know, very, very hot during the summers, why this is a thing which people would want. But even in that situation, it's not amazing. It's just pretty good. Like, these are somewhat tasty, but also, you know, like, these could come in any other shape. Bricks are the worst shape to make because they're uninteresting to eat. But maybe, just maybe, some people are like, you know, actually, this is inspirational. Maybe it's the inspiration that they need in their day that makes them make great things like Huawei routers, and why we don't make those instead. There we go. Made a fun reference to the China political situation right now. Isn't that high quality? Just what you want from your Toy Cat Eats Candy review. But no, long story short, Taiwan candy. Honestly, I would say I like the gummy one just because, like, just on the pure content of it. Like, having it be made of gummy is easier to eat, and having it made of this is, like, harder. This should be a better brick, but it's not. This should be a much worse brick and a much better taster, but it's not. You know, actually, in conclusion here, they both suck. There you go, everyone's offended now. Thank you for watching. Oh, these ones are bigger, by the way, the gummy ones that you can see the holes go a little bit further. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today's video, but as always, I don't care that you watched it. Go away now.